Hello, this is Brad. I am with Mid-Continent Public Library, and today we are going to take a look at the Science Reference Center online library resource. This free library resource has articles, experiments, lesson plans, ebooks, videos, and pictures, all dedicated to the fields of science. It is a great resource for students, parents, and educators. Let's go ahead and get started looking at this excellent resource. To get started, I will navigate to a web browser. Today, I will be using Microsoft Edge. And then we will need to navigate to our website, mymcpl.org. And then once we are on our website, we will navigate to the resource. To do that, we will click the Research and Learning tab. And then I will select Browse Subjects. As always, there are multiple ways to get to each resource. And once I am on the Browse Subjects page, I will scroll down until I see the Science heading. And then if I scroll down, I will see the Science Reference Center, and I can go ahead and click on that to get started. At this point, I will need to enter my Mid-Continent Public Library card number and my last name. I will enter those and then select the blue Submit button. I will then be taken to the Science Reference Center. And from here, I can go ahead and browse by category. Let's check out the Earth Sciences area. And here I see some subcategories of Earth Science. Let's go ahead and begin by looking at the Clouds category. And here I can see articles about clouds. To read one of these articles, I just select the link under here. PDF full text. Here is this article about clouds. It is a PDF, and I could go ahead and read that here. I could print it out if I needed to. I could also save it and download it if I needed to. Over here on the side, there is a citation helper that would allow me to cite this article if I were writing a paper. It will show me all of the different ways that I could cite this paper depending on my citation format. Whether that be MLA or Chicago, I could easily highlight that, right-click, and then copy that, and then paste it to my bibliography. Let's go ahead and go back. Here we see another type of article. This is an HTML full text. And we have some additional options with an HTML type of article. I can read it just like I would a PDF, but there are also some other options. There is a read aloud feature that I can utilize here.
The most visible manifestation of the weather is the endlessly mutating variety of clouds. Riding the winds and delivering the juice of the sky, clouds also portend the future.
I can pause it by selecting that same button. I have a reading speed button here. I can slow down the narration if I would need to.
Chapter 4, Clouds, from both sides now.
I could also speed that up if I needed to.
Chapter 4, Clouds, from both sides now.
That is just a handy feature that is available with HTML articles on this resource. Another great feature of HTML resources is the translate function. Up here, I can select the language that I want and translate this article. Let's go ahead and select Spanish and press the translate button. And now my article is translated into Spanish. I am going to go ahead and go back to the Science Reference Center homepage to look at some more things that we have available to us. Let's go ahead and check out the Physical Sciences area. And within our Physical Sciences subcategories, let's take a look at temperature. Here we see more articles. And we have some options over on the left-hand side to better sort and filter our articles. Right here, I can update the publication date of the articles I am looking at. I can use this slider. Let's say I only want to look at articles published between 2008 and 2018. Now I see some updated things here. I see some images here showing up in my search. And so we can see some different pictures that we get related to this article. I can also modify my search with these criteria here. I can look at the source type, the subject, the lexile range, or the publication type. Let's go ahead and go back to the home page. And then to see some more variety of resources, we can look over here on the reference shelf. We have some lesson plans available over here. These might be articles that could also double as lesson plans over a variety of topics. Let's check out this World's Toughest Bugs lesson plan. Here we see the article, and then there is a little quiz here. I do want to point out that sometimes when you're reading an HTML article, you might not be able to see the photos. And so in those instances, if there is an option, you might want to look at the PDF full text version. And that is going to give you that more full formatted feel that some articles might have. In this instance, this looks like it's from a magazine or a book, and you might get more out of this PDF version than the HTML in this instance. Let's go ahead and go back to our home page. Also under the science reference shelf, we have science experiments. These have articles that contain scientific experiments. This one details a volcanic experiment of some kind. Let's go back to the home page. Under citation help, this links me to EBSCO's guidance in regards to citing articles and how to do so correctly. Obviously, we saw the citation button that could be used. This is just some more information about that topic. There are research guides as well. This has information showing us the best way to do a good research paper. There's an article here about this. And some other helpful links, including how to come up with a topic for research, with some topical examples, how to avoid plagiarism, and then how to look for reliable information amongst some other helpful links. There are also some worksheets over here. These link us to articles and worksheets that could be helpful. Let's check out this one. Here is an example of some of the worksheets that we might have available within Science Reference Center. Let's go back to the home screen. And here are ebooks. So these are actually ebooks that we could view or download. Let's check out the PDF full text of the Engineering Wonders ebook here. And these are a little bit different format, but I can just scroll to read this book. Here we see our table of contents. If I go back, there is another kind of ebook up here that is an EPUB full text. I can read that just by clicking here. Here is the cover, and I could click through the different chapters to read this book. Let's go ahead and select full download. Now it is prompting me to sign in or create an account in order to access this book. So let's go ahead and click on that link. And from here, I could either sign in with a Google account, I could sign up for an account, or if I already have an EBSCO account, I can enter my username and my password and then select the blue Sign In button. Once I create my account or sign up, I will then be able to download this book. I will need to have Adobe Digital Editions in order to do this. And then I would click download. Let's go ahead and go back. And besides downloading ebooks, there are a couple advantages of being signed in. Here it says My Science Reference Center in the corner to let us know that we are signed in. And one of the main advantages to being signed into an account is that we can save articles that we are interested in to reference them later on. Let's go ahead and look at our scientists here to see how this works. Let's look at the articles for Mary Anning. And then let's go ahead and look at this first article. And so if I wanted to save this, I could now select my folder icon over here on the right-hand side. And if I tap that, it will have saved this article for me. And so now, even if I navigate away from this page, I can go to my folder to access that article. That is right up here. That is where all of the articles we save will be stored. And here we see the Mary Anning Fossil Hunter article saved in my folder. Another thing I wanted to point out, over here on the right-hand side, there is an option to add this to my folder without opening the article. And then right next to that button, there is a little article preview that I can look at, this magnifying glass. It gives me a little summary of the article that could save me some time. And these are just some of the handy features available in the Science Reference Center. It is a great resource for anyone that is studying science and needs help finding some articles or resources. It can also be great for parents or educators with their lesson plans, experiments, and other helpful resources. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to follow our MCPL 360 Facebook page. We premiere new videos every Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. And if you missed the premiere on Facebook, you can watch all of our videos on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our MCPL Mo YouTube channel. This has been Brad. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day.